In this video, I'm going to show you how to non-destructively crop an image by using a layer mask. So we can see that I have an image where I've already created a selection, and now I want to crop out the background. So instead of copying and pasting this or rasterizing the layer and then deleting the background, what I want to do is I want to keep it as a smart object, but I just want to hide the background or remove it from our visibility. So what we can do is in the bottom right-hand corner under the layers, what I can do is I can use the layer mask. The layer mask looks like a circle cut out of a rectangle. When I click on this, what it does is it removes the background. So we can see that it removed the background. What it's actually doing is it's looking at the selection that we have, and it's hiding everything outside of the selection. We can see in the layers, that's what it's showing us right here, is that we have a layer mask. The white area is what is shown. The black area is what is not shown. And that's a very helpful thing because it retains the smart object function on this. So the quality will stay nice and high, and it doesn't actually remove anything that we might want to find back later. Notice that there is a marker around the thumbnail of the layer mask. And I can move that and switch it between the image and the layer mask, meaning that I can edit things that are happening on the picture, or I can edit the layer mask itself. Now, I'm going to change some things on the layer mask, and this is what I mean by non-destructive. Notice that there's a lot of green still here and a lot of stray hairs. So while I'm on the layer mask, because it functions with black and white, white shows and black hides. So when I use a brush, if I want to crop more of this away, if I use the color black and I paint with it, notice how it's kind of erasing. And I can easily undo, or if I go too far, all I have to do is switch my brush to white and paint back over. Because all it's doing is editing the mask, editing what is showing and what is hiding of the original image. So this can be very helpful because it gives us a lot of ability to fine tune the hardness of our brush and even the opacity and even brush style and what kind of brush I'm using. So I can use this to put some of this back, but I'm going to switch to the other side and I'm going to use black to lighten up this edge so I can give it more of a softer, more diffused edge on this person's hair. So I can reduce some of the strength of those stray hairs in that area. And if I decide that I go too far, again, I can just switch back over to white and I can ask it to reveal or hide whatever it is that I am working with. So that's the basics of the layer mask. I can go even further into this. If I click and drag on the layer mask, I can delete it, and that'll remove the layer mask from editing the layer. I can also right-click on this. I can disable the layer mask so it's not showing, but it's still there, and then I can enable it to turn it back on. And if I rasterize the layer, I can even click on the layer mask and apply the layer mask so that it actually crops this out so that the background is removed from it. So the layer mask is a very forgiving way to work with your designs so that you can get the effects that you want to. Another thing that can be handy with the layer mask is if you double click on the layer mask, it'll go into the select and mask mode. So I can change the view of what I can see of the background. I can use the refining edge tools to alter and adjust some of those areas I might have been a little bit too heavy-handed with, and use different tools that allow me a little bit more nuance. Then when I press OK, it'll go back to the standard page with the now new and updated layer mask. So that is using layer masks.